Hey guys, today on Ugga Dugga Bois, we're going to be doing an oil change on a 2006 Toyota Sienna. Now, before you start your oil change, you're going to want to make sure that you have your oil plus your oil filter. And today, we're going to be using Citgo 5W30, and we'll be using a synthetic blend. And then finally, we have a NAPA Gold Oil Filter, and the number for this car is a 1348. And then some tools that will make the job a little bit easier will be a 14mm socket and a ratchet, a funnel, and then finally something to drain your oil into. Once you have everything you need, you're going to want to go inside your driver's door and locate your hood latch. Just pull that and it should release your hood. Now you're going to want to come around the front of the vehicle. You're going to stick your hand right under the hood. There should be a lever right about here. What you're going to do is you're just going to push the lever right on up, and then the hood should come right on up. Next, you're going to want to locate your hood holder. You're going to take that, put it right in the holder so that doesn't fall on you. The next step is you're going to want to come underneath your car, and you're going to want to locate your oil drain plug, which on this car is right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 14mm socket and just get it loose. Oh, wrong way. You're going to want to get it loose. There we go. And then you're going to take your drain pan here and slowly loosen it by hand. And as you can also see, we do have cardboard underneath. That is just so if we do spill anything, instead of it going right on the ground, we actually catch it right on the cardboard. We should be set right there. There we go. Now we'll let that drain. Once the oil has stopped dripping, what we're going to do is we're going to take our drain plug, which is right here. We're going to take it with some fresh paper towel and just clean it up, just so we get any excess dirt off, so we don't put that back in. We'll just do a clean swipe of where the bolt will be going back in. And then we will carefully thread it back in by hand. This just ensures that we are not cross-threading it or ruining the bolt at all. So we'll hand tighten it down. Then finally, we are going to take our 14mm wrench again. Going to put that on. Going to give it just a little turn. There we go. And once it seems pretty well seated, we're going to give it just another little bit of a twist, and she should be set to go. Then finally, we're going to take another final piece of clean paper towel, and we're just going to wrap up around this drain plug. And this just allows us to tell, and we will also be doing this with the filter, and this allows us to tell if there are any leaks once we fill it up with oil and run it. If we see any oil around the drain plug or around the filter, we know that there's a problem and that we need to fix it. Once you've put your drain plug back in, you're going to want to locate your oil filter, which on the Toyota here is actually right in the front of the engine. You want to be careful if your exhaust is hot. You do not want to burn yourself. But the filter will be right down in here. And if you can barely tell, I actually put the drain pan right underneath again, because once you do loosen this filter and pull it out, there will be oil in there, so you don't want to spill it all over the floor. So you're going to want to make sure you have a pan under there. And make sure you also are wearing gloves so you don't get oil all over yourself. And once again, be very careful of the exhaust. There we go. And once it is off, just pouring the rest of the oil out. Now we're going to try and come straight up. There we go. And the final thing you want to do with the old filter is first you're going to want to see, you're going to want to check. As you can see, there's a little seal right around the outside. You're going to want to make sure that's still on there, because if it's not still on there, it could be stuck on the engine, or if it fell on the ground, that's fine. But you just want to make sure that this is not still where this oil filter will sit, because the problem is if this seal, and it does sometimes fall off, it could actually get stuck to where this goes, and once you put the other seal on, it will actually cause a problem and you will have leaks. So make sure that the seal is still on here. And if you're using the same brand, which we are, you can also double check the numbers just to make sure that's the right oil filter. And this is a 1348, so we are set to go. We are now ready to install our new filter. So once again, we're going to do a quick check. It is a 1348, so we are set to go. Going to make sure it looks good. No holes, no punctures, no dirt. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a little bit of our new oil. What I do is I just take it, as you can see, just wrap it, or you're going to want to wipe it a little bit around the seal, the new seal. It just helps protect it and will give you a little bit of a better seal so you do not leak. And then once you've done that, you're going to very carefully work between everything. Now, we would also most of the time try and put oil in just because that helps prevent a dry start. But unfortunately, with how this filter is located, if we would put oil in here, it would leak all out. So we will not be doing that this time. There we go. After a little bit of finagling, we finally got it on, and it is going on very easily. It should almost just slide right on. It will take a few spins to get it fully tightened down. And now I can start feeling it to get tightened down. So what you're going to want to do is just very carefully tighten it. And you're not going to need any special tools for this. This is one of those things you can just hand tighten it. But you will want to make sure that it is still relatively tight. And just like that. That is very well snug on there. Now once we have the oil drain plug back in and the filter in, it is time to fill it back up with oil. So we're going to locate our oil cap right here. Carefully set it to the side, make sure that we don't get it full of dirt. Now we're going to take our funnel, just give it a little cleanup on the outside, get any dirt off, clean it up inside, and this will just help make sure that you're not starting off with any contaminants in the funnel that you're putting straight in the engine. I'm going to put our funnel right in here. We will grab our oil then. And we're going to put about 4 quarts in just to start out. And then we'll start checking to see how full we are. You're going to want to make sure you do this very carefully and slowly, just to make sure that you do not accidentally pour too much into your funnel or into your oil fill here and spill it all over the place. So we'll do it very carefully and let it slowly go down. Now that we've put about 4 quarts in and we've let it sit for just a couple minutes just to allow the oil to get everywhere it needs to be and to flow down, we're going to take our oil dipstick, which is this yellow stick right here. We're going to carefully pull it out. We're going to use a clean piece of paper towel just to guide it out. Then we'll do just a quick clean on here. This will allow us to get a nice, good reading, good and accurate. You carefully then stick it right back in. Make sure it is fully seated, and then come back on out. And this time you do not want to wipe the oil off the end. And as you can kind of see here, there's those 2 little dots. That is your safe area. So you want to make sure your oil is in that area, and you don't want to be really close to the bottom one. You want to be more in the center, close to the top. As you can actually see, there's that little bit of brown. So that means my oil level is right about there. So it's a little above it, but I'm going to keep going. And since there is no oil in the filter, it will take quite a bit of oil into the filter when I first start the car. So I'm going to put just a little bit more in. Give it a good clean, and then we'll seat it back in. It will give it about another ½ quart of oil. Now if we look again, it is about halfway in the safe area, which is good for now. We'll do a quick clean, we'll put it back in. But now that we are in the safe area, we're going to actually start the car, and this will allow it to build pressure in the system. So it will build, or it will get oil everywhere that you need it to be, plus it will fill up the filter, just so then we can get an accurate reading. But once again, before you do start the car, at least you make sure that you are in the safe area of your oil dipstick. Now, before starting your car, make sure that you are in park. Now, we should have built some pressure in the system, and we're going to do a real quick check just to make sure that there's no oil coming out of the filter down there, which everything looks to be dry. And then once again, Then we will go underneath here. And do a quick check on our drain plug, and everything looks dry. We'll now do a final check. So once again, completely pull it out, clean it up. Do a full seat. Carefully pull it out. And there we go. As you can barely see, it is about halfway up, a little bit over halfway. So we should be good now that there is oil completely in the system. So we'll do another clean on this. Put this back in, and then we'll take our funnel out. Put our oil cap back in. And we do always suggest that once you are done, because as you saw, we are a little bit on ramp, so we're a little bit off the ground, or wherever you may be doing it, you always want to make sure that you do a final check when you're on a flat surface, because the little bit of an angle, whether you might be on a hill or ramps or jack stands, whatever you're using, that could cause a little bit of a tilt in the engine, which could cause an inaccurate reading on your oil dipstick. So always make sure that you're on a flat ground and that your oil is in the safe level. Finally, you can then take your hood latch and undo it right here. Carefully bring it down and set it right in the holder in there. Make sure it pops in. Then you're going to take your hood and you're actually going to want to drop it just from a little distance. It should fully close in. If you do not drop it hard enough, it will not close and you'll see a gap. So you want to make sure you're fully locked in. And just like that, you're done with your oil change. Now, to reset your maintenance light, you're going to want to turn your key to the on position. You're going to hit your trip button until it says odometer right here. You're then going to turn the car back to the accessories position. Then you're going to push and hold the trip button, and while holding that, turn the car key to the on position, but do not start the car. So I'm going to push and hold. You will see some dashes beep down on the odometer. And just like that, your maintenance required light is gone and you are set to go.